Your narration should draw the attention of your group member, as well as it makes it easier for your group members to retain your points, to have a very bold and affirmative tone. And this is much needed if you happen to visit any SSB during the corona time. Be attentive and listen very carefully. Keep a strong record of what every individual speaks during their narrative, but make sure that you give a direction to the entire group and reach towards a common consensus in the given time. I welcome all the viewers to join with me on Kirtikwasan Talks once again. Of recent, I have been away from YouTube for a while, and I'm very sorry for keeping you waiting. But the good thing is that I have completed my BTech degree, and all this while I was giving my semester exam, which kept me really busy, and that's the reason I was not able to come up with new content for you all guys. Okay, so what do I have for you today? Today I will be sharing a few tips on carrying a good group discussion for the most comprehensive interview by the Indian Defense Forces. The reason why I chose this particular topic is primarily because I received a lot of requests from my viewers to talk about this particular topic. And the second reason is my belief to talk about this topic based on my experience. So far I have attended two SSB. SSB stands for Service Selection Board, which is a gateway to the Indian Defense Forces. And I account two experiences, which is one at the TGC entry, which is a technical graduate course for engineering graduates to serve in the Indian Army. And the second is for a pilot entry with the Indian Navy. Okay, so what is this screening process all about? The SSB is divided into two stages, stage 1 and stage 2. Those who qualify the stage 1 are subjected to further tests which are conducted over a span of 4 days. During the stage 1, there are 3 tests, primarily the OIR test, followed by the PP and DT test. The OIR test, which stands for Officer Intelligence Rating Test, is a basic test of an individual's IQ. Followed by which we have a picture perception and a discussion test. In the picture perception test, the candidate is shown a picture which is flashed for about 30 seconds, and followed by that the candidate is given 3.5 minutes in which the candidate is expected to observe the mood, character, action, age, and has to come up with the story which he has perceived. After this, the batch is divided into smaller groups, and they are expected to narrate the story in front of the assessors, and followed by which they have to discuss and arrive at a common conclusion. Now, the reason why I say that the screening process is a very crucial step is that allows you to further participate in the other 4 days of test. A good understanding of GD can easily sail you through the stage 1 of SSB. The reason I say this is because the GD gives the assessor to look into candidates who have the potential and the ability to exhibit officer-like qualities, and gives them a reason to test further upon you. For a fresher, the GD experience is the most pleasant experience, whereas for a repeater, it becomes quite tricky and challenging. One must remember that the description test allows you to sell yourself and express your OLQs to the assessor in a span of 1 minute, while you narrate the story, followed by the discussion which you have with your group members. What are those qualities? There are 11 qualities which are grouped under 4 categories, which are planning and organization, social adjustment, and social effectiveness. Remember, you need to express these within a span of 1 minute, and that's where the trick lies. The very first thing to keep in mind is to observe the picture carefully and do not write anything during 30 seconds of time which is being provided to you. Once you're done writing the story and you exit the hall, revise your story, and if needed, you feel that you have some other elements to add into your story to make it complete, please do so. Now, what are the things that you need to keep in mind when you narrate the story? The very first point is to speak flawlessly. Yes, you can stammer a little bit here and there, but it does not give an overall good impression if you do that throughout your narration. The second point is to have a very bold and affirmative tone, and this is much needed if you happen to visit any SSB during the corona time. With the face mask and the shield on, you need to make sure that your voice is able to reach your group members and the assessor, but make sure that your voice does not appear to be dominant. Remember to mention the characters, the age, the mood of the character perceived in a very comprehensive manner, and try to wrap up with the action of your story. All this should be done in 1 to 2 lines while you speak. This point is really going to be useful. That is, add pauses and expression to your narration. Your narration should draw the attention of your group member, as well as it makes it easier for your group members to retain your points, which later comes handy in the GD, and it is definitely going to help you a lot. Try to wrap up your narrative in about 40 to 50 seconds, not more, not less. At times you might get assessors who give you the privilege and liberty to speak till you complete, but at times the assessor might cut short your speech and move on to the next candidate. So always try to wrap up your narration, keep it brief and to the point. The moment you narrate, the following qualities are judged upon: your reasoning ability, your effective intelligence, your power of expression, and your organizing ability. As soon as the last member of your group finishes with the narration, the assessor proceeds to the discussion test. Now, I would share few of the tips and tricks to sail easily through the discussion part. If you are a fresher, as I had mentioned, it would be the most pleasant experience and there is no need to worry. But for those who are repeaters, it is a very challenging and stressful environment, I must say. Here are the following points which I would like to share with you all. Follow the policy of give and grab. As soon as the assessor asks the group to start with the discussion, there is a chorus of voices barging in to showcase their ability of taking initiative. Good if you are able to get that lead. If not, let others speak. Be attentive and listen very carefully. Keep a strong record of what every individual speaks during their narrative. And keep a note of those 2 or 3 people in your group who definitely have some ideas which aligns with your story. Once you are done with this step, try convincing others and you shall see that those 2 or 3 people who have similar ideas like yours would definitely start supporting you. Accept inputs from every member of your team. You know that you have gained few support of your group members, and never disregard the ideas which is against your message. The next point is a very funny one. The moment we enter the gates of the SSB, everyone becomes a gentleman. But when it comes to group discussion, it's very unlikely that the gentleman kind of behavior is not exhibited. The reason why I say so is never cross talk and interrupt when the other person is talking. Remember, as I had told, give and grab. Let them speak. How long would they speak? There would be a point where they would be done with their points and ideas. Grab that opportunity and make your point and use it to the fullest. God forbid if you encounter with a member who is speaking consistently and never lets others speak. Let me remind you, the assessors are there watching everyone. If you and your member of the group happen to speak at the exact same moment, make a pause and encourage the other person to speak. Once you do that, you would also automatically get a fair chance to speak, and this comes out automatically when you do this to the others. And also, do not forget to involve the most silent person in your group. Speaking volumes does not let you pass through the stage 1 of the SSB. In fact, speak less, but make sure that you give a direction to the entire group. and reach towards a common consensus in the given time. If you are able to convince few members at the very beginning, then it's a cake walk for you to convince the entire group towards your common story. And yes, you are set for the day. And there you go, you get screened. So that's all for today, folks. I hope that the following points which I shared with you proves useful to you. In case you happen to have any kind of doubts, please leave them in the comment section. And also thank you once again for spending your time and watching this session on BTech Talks. And do hit the like button and subscribe it if you found it useful. Thank you.